All right, let's jump right in. For every single trader out there, there's one challenge that just never, ever goes away: timing. It really is the million-dollar question behind every single trade you make.
And that big question is this: do you try to jump on a move before it really takes off, hoping to catch the whole thing, but risking, being totally wrong? Or do you wait for the market to prove you're right, which gives you more certainty, but means you've already missed a big piece of the action? That's the constant battle right there.
So, to try and figure this out, a lot of traders, maybe you're one of them, turn to their technical analysis toolbox. And inside that box are these special tools called indicators that are designed to help solve this exact timing problem.
But here's where it gets kind of tricky. The indicators themselves are basically split into two different teams, each with a totally different way of looking at the market. And that creates a real dilemma for any trader.
This image here just sums it up perfectly. On one side, you've got tools that are all about trying to predict the future, and on the other, you've got tools that are focused on confirming what has already happened. These, my friends, are what we call leading and lagging indicators. So let's start with the first group, which you can kind of think of as the fortune tellers. These are the indicators that try to peek around the corner and give you a hint about what's coming up next.
So simply put, a leading indicator is designed to give you a signal before a new trend or reversal actually gets going. And that word before is everything. It's all about trying to get ahead of the move.
So what's the trade-off? Well, the good part is pretty awesome. They can get you into a trade at the best possible price, right as a new move is starting. But the catch, it's a big one. They are famous for giving false signals. They cry wolf a lot.
You've probably seen some of these fortune tellers on your own charts. We're talking about things like the stochastic oscillator, the famous relative strength index, or RSI, which a ton of people use, Williams percent R, and of course, the momentum indicator itself.
And you can really see what I'm talking about right here. See that indicator at the bottom? That's an oscillator. Notice how it's hitting its peaks and valleys, often just a little bit before the price on the main chart makes its big turn. It's basically trying to signal that the trend is running out of steam ahead of time.
Okay, so now let's flip the coin and look at the other type. If the first one was a fortune teller, this one is more like a historian. It couldn't care less about predicting the future. It's all about confirming what's happening right now, based on what's already happened.
And yeah, you guessed it. Its definition is the complete opposite of a leading indicator. A lagging indicator gives you a signal after the trend has already started. They're all about following or confirming a trend. The key word here is after.
So what's the deal with these? Well, the good news is, since you're waiting for confirmation, you have a lot more certainty. The signal is much more likely to be real. But, and this is a big but, you are, by definition, late to the party. You're going to miss the first part of that move, guaranteed.
And the most common tools historians are probably tools you've seen a million times. We're talking about moving averages, those smooth lines that follow the price, the parabolic SAR, and of course the granddaddy of them all, the MACD, which is all about the relationship between two moving averages.
Okay, so this brings us to the big one, the million-dollar question. If the fortune tellers give you a bunch of fake signals and the historians get you in late, which one are you actually supposed to use?
This quote just hits the nail on the head. So how do you figure out when to use oscillators or trend-following indicators or both? I mean, they often tell you completely different things at the same time. So which one is actually better?
For such a complicated problem, the answer is surprisingly simple. It's not about searching for that one perfect, magical tool that's going to work every single time.
The answer is it depends on the market. See, it's not about whether the indicator is good or bad. It's about whether you're using the right tool for the job. The real question you have to ask yourself is the market trending hard right now, or is it just chopping around in a range?
And that changes everything. The whole focus shifts away from the indicators themselves and puts the spotlight right where it belongs, on you, the trader, and your skill in reading what the market is actually doing.
At the end of the day, a tool is only as good as the person using it. The real skill isn't just knowing what an RSI is. It's about building the experience to look at a chart and just know which type of tool makes sense for that exact moment.
So, here's the big takeaway from all this. Your real job isn't to pick the best indicator. It's to learn how to read the market itself. That's the skill that will make all the difference. So the only question left is, are you ready to learn?